Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I am your host, Shawn Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ Media production. We are coming to you live from the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago. 55,000 restaurant professionals, 2,200 vendors, 12 football fields, 4 days, and we are at the Restaurant 365 booth. They are partners of ours, and we are here to tell stories. We know that not every restaurant owner can come here because they are busy running their restaurants. So our job is to bring the best stories from the show. And I have Jeff from Spin Pizza, Kansas City. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And you literally came off of the plane to here and you got thrown into a podcast.
Yeah, got out of bed about 2:30 this morning, headed to the airport and got here. I wanted to come earlier, but I had a kid graduating from high school this weekend.
Congratulations.
So kind of had to stay home for that.
There you go. Congratulations. Yeah. Tell me, why did you come to the show?
I mean, there's just so much to see. I mean, really kind of want to see what's out there. One of the things I've learned, I'm the IT director, so it's all about building the tech stack and figuring out what's going to work best for us across all of our platforms that we have, all the different restaurants. So getting in here and really just kind of seeing what's out there. One of the things I've learned over the past couple of years is that you can't ever say you're done, because you're never done.
Yeah.
I mean, we were with Compete for the longest time. You guys, Restaurant 365 brought Compete on, and we decided it was time to get off of Compete, get onto 365, and we've done that transition over the past year or so. So that's been our big move, is trying to get all of our concepts consolidated under that and really utilize all the tools that 365 has. Expand Share, that's the new thing. We actually signed contract with them last week.
Oh, really?
So we're starting the LMS platform with 365 next.
Share more about Expand Share, because
so
we had them on earlier, and we would love to talk about it more.
We're kind of still in the Stone Age when it comes to their training. That's the piece
all
of the tech stack.
All restaurants are.
It's a piece of the tech stack we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to do more with that. I mean, I started on the ops side. I was a general manager, I was an area director early on in the company. Doing the training part of that job is hard, because it's not a one-size-fits-all. Everybody learns differently.
Yep.
You're trying to train people using managers and servers and cashiers and kitchen people that are working their jobs, and trying to train at the same time, and trying to remember, oh yeah, I got to follow up with this, and they're supposed to fill out this checklist, and they've got a test they've got to take. We need to automate that. We need to get it to where it's easy to get to, that it's very configurable for whatever the job class is that people are doing their training in, and we need to get that done in a way that it's easy to manage from above the store, and our area directors know what's going on. We just don't have that right now. We don't have a good presence right now of being able to see down into the stores and really get a great gauge on the training, unless you go in and look around and go, that person didn't get that part of the training, and I can tell.
Yeah.
So we needed something, and we looked at our payroll companies. They have LMS packages, but they're not restaurant geared.
Yep.
And then we found out, oh, wait a second, 365's got something going on here with Expand Share, and we jumped into that and decided this last week that we're pulling the trigger.
That's awesome. What made you pull the trigger? I mean, what features were cool that you thought this is something that...
Well, the beauty of Expand Share and 365 is it's all going to live together in one place. I mean, that's one of the things as I've gotten further and further into this restaurant IT world, which I didn't start off as IT. I have a degree in psychology. I don't know how I ended up doing this.
I'm a sociologist.
I mean,
doing restaurant technology podcast, so
somebody had to
we're
learn
all
how
at the table.
Somebody had to learn how to do it,
yeah.
And I just learned how all the programming have worked and built it from there. So it really, we had to come up with a way to do something more and get it all together. And I found that the more integrations you have, the more points of breakage you have.
Yeah.
So consolidating things that we've done, getting Restaurant 365, everything's all under one roof. Patronics is who we use for online ordering, gift cards, loyalty, app, one platform. All together, everything lives together.
Yep.
Not all those integrations, and then it just one integration into our point of sale system, which we use Revel. So having more integrations, you can have all the tools out there. There's so many different things that'll integrate. Every one of those integrations and intrusions into your system is a point of breakage.
Yeah.
So, having Expand Share come on and live in the 365 app, our employees are already using those. Our managers are already using the 365 app. Now it's just going to be one more tab in there, and we're going to be able to follow the training. I love the fact, I think what sold it to me was scheduling.
Yep.
We don't want an employee that's not fully trained on the schedule. There's no way to hold them back right now unless you go in and say, wait a second, did that person finish training? I need to see their training tracker. I need to see their tests. Why is that person serving and they shouldn't be serving? Expand Share links to your schedule that we're using. We're using 365 schedules. So until they finish their training, that's what's going to happen. Is it's going to lock them out. They can't get on the schedule. So it gives us a way to kind of control it. Because you put people out there without all the tools that they need, they fail. They're upset. We're upset. Guests are upset. Nobody's good when it comes out on the other side of it. You got to have some kind of control, and we just didn't have that. So LMS is a big one for us.
What makes your pizza concept unique?
So we're a hybrid. So it's a very different service system. It's a combination of fast, casual, full service. Walk in the front door, get in line, go up to a cash stand, orders taken there. Finishes from there, and you go to the dining room, and now a server takes over. So you've got the best of both worlds, and it's geared for speed. Our original concept, one of our first restaurants, I actually ran for a couple of years, was across the street from Sprint's home campus in Kansas City. So when Sprint just kind of went away, and now it's some different things, but that was a huge, huge campus. It took up a couple of city blocks.
Yeah.
All those people needed to get in and out of work quickly. They needed to go to lunch, get back. So we were geared to be able to give them a full service experience, not just a Subway type experience, whatever, where you go and grab your food, go and sit down. We have a server taking care of you through the process, but we could turn a table in less than 30 minutes. So you walk in, place your order, go sit down, server takes over, brings drinks, brings your food. So we give them the best of both worlds. And at the end of the dining experience, you don't have to cash out with a server, you've already paid.
Yep.
Just fill out the tip, get up and go. So it gives us a unique set of different possibilities of what we can do with guests. You know, a pizza place like ours, you would think fast casual, we're not going to go there for Mother's Day. Mother's Day is huge for us because mothers come in and they get service.
Yep.
You have a server. And we do kids eat free on Sundays. So that helps too.
That helps. That's awesome. What are you guys franchising, or is this all store owned?
We have two franchises, two franchise stores, one franchisee in the Omaha market.
Got it.
But we transitioned ownership groups a couple of years ago, and they want to keep it more corporate.
More corporate. Okay.
So we're expanding out. I mean, the pizza concept is our main concept, but we have a full service farm to table, very high-end restaurant.
What's that called?
It's called Silo Modern Farmhouse. It's on a golf course in Lenexa, Kansas, so on the west side of Kansas City. We have a full-service casual dining in Topeka. It's called Blue Moose. That's right next to our new ownership's corporate office. That's where they go every day for lunch, so we manage that. But our ownership group owns 28 golf courses. I mean,
wow.
So they do all kinds of stuff. It's actually a healthcare company, but they have their hands in all kinds of things. So we are in the process of kind of joining in on the golf course restaurants now. We have a new one opening up sometime later this summer that we're taking over, and we're going to run that restaurant for them. So they figured out they have a restaurant management group right there. Why aren't we running all their restaurants? So I think we're starting to get more and more into that, and every one of those is getting 365 and all the things, all the tools that we have, we're just folding them right in.
So one of my favorite stories that I hear from a lot of the founders, we're fortunate to talk to so many incredible digital hospitality leaders that have built incredible companies like Restaurant 365, is they tell me back in the day when they launched their company, their booth was a little tiny booth and it was like way off on the side.
Yeah.
And like now when you walk into the North Hall, which is the biggest hall, the biggest section is literally the tech section. Like you can't go you can go all the way to the end, all the way to the other side, and not run into some sort of technology provider. What kind of advice would you have to someone that is looking to get into technology with restaurants in your position?
Like I said earlier, if you're going to get into the tech side of it, you've got to have a very open mind and realize you're never done.
Yeah.
I mean, the tech stack, when I started with the company in operations almost 17 years ago, we had 2 restaurants, Aloha POS. We used their loyalty, didn't have online ordering, didn't have anything. No bells and whistles, tickets, no KDS, none of that stuff. And as we've grown, it's what's that next thing? And it's always scary jumping into that next thing and you're not sure what it's going to do. And I'll be honest with you, it's been painful at times.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to get through the pain. We transitioned from Aloha POS to Rebel POS.
Yep.
That was a 1.5 year long project of getting it all to work the way it needed to work with all the integrations. We used Paytronics again for online ordering and gift cards, and we were one of the early adopters of their online platform for pizza. Pizza is one of the most complicated things out there when it comes to the point of sale. Is you've got different levels of toppings, different sizes. How do you do I want to take this item off, sub this in, this costs 35 cents more. How do I pass that charge along to the guest? There's just so many moving parts to it. And every time we we start looking at something new, I have to take a deep breath and go, all right, this is probably going to be a little painful, but we're going to get to the other side of it. And I mean, when it comes to 365, Rebel, Paytronics, those are our big three partners, and I've gotten to know so many of the people in those companies because I've had to work with them one-on-one. It's like, okay, we've got this problem. This isn't coming through the API right. What's wrong with this? Why isn't this configured the way it is? And I even turned my Aloha lab when I had it, and in my Rebel lab, I turned it into an actual test lab to be able to use with these integrations for them to help them build their product. So you got to be open-minded, and you can't be scared of anything. Right? The big thing now is AI. What's going to happen there?
Yep.
Because that's we're looking at AI being used for response to guests very easily. What's it going to do for LMS? I mean, I want to talk to our Expandshare reps about how are they going to use that, because again, I have background in psychology. People learn differently.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, no two people learn exactly the same.
That's why this podcast, it's audio, video, words, images. It's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, it's on YouTube.
Everybody learns differently.
It's a written article. You get all of it.
I want to see AI take that to the next level.
Yep.
Take someone, you start someone that's learning, and AI figuring out, oh wait, this is this kind of learner. They're a hands-on learner. They really need to be digging into it and using their hands and learning because they're very tactile. Or if you got someone that is learning by, they can read this and they can retain it and then apply it. LMS platforms should be able to use AI and then be able to kind of figure out, as this person's going through it, how do I diverge from just a set track? I mean, you may have 4 servers going through training and each one of them having a different training curriculum. That's exciting. I think coming down the road with AI jumping in, there's going to be so many things that can be done to really tailor this and give a better experience. I mean, if you can't take care of your internal guests, can't take care of your crew, you're not taking care of anyone else.
Absolutely.
And I think that's an area that I don't want to say that we fail, but we sometimes forget about. We just don't do enough. And so this year for our tech stack, that was our goal, is we've got to add something to better our training. And I think we finally pulled the trigger last week, and we're starting to set up with Expandshare.
That's awesome. If someone comes to visit, what do they order?
Comes to visit our So the most popular thing on our menu is called the Mini Mia.
Mini Mia.
Mini Mia. It is a 7-inch pizza.
7-inch.
And comes with a super salad. We're very chef driven with all of our ingredients. We make all of our dressings in house. Everything's prepped in house. We have a white pizza, but it's very different than what you would see in most of your traditional white pizzas, being Alfredo. And it's not an Alfredo sauce. It's an herb infused olive oil glaze. So we roast our garlic in the olive oil and fuse that, and then we blend all kinds of ingredients in with it, and it's kind of a paste that goes on the pizza. So that's real popular. Chicken and goat cheese pizza is my favorite one.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's the most popular thing. It's ironically, when I started with the company, the Mini Mia was a lunch item. You could get it from 11 to 2. And that was it, and everything else was 12-inch pizzas. Over the year, it's migrated to now you can get it all day, and it's become the biggest chunk of our menu.
It's amazing.
Because everybody can come in and get their own thing. You don't have to share a pizza with someone if you don't want to. We do half and halves, but you got your own meal, your salad, your pizza.
It's awesome. And if people want to connect with you, are you on LinkedIn?
I am.
Are you posting anything on LinkedIn?
Occasionally.
Occasionally? All right. We'll put a link in the bio. Where do they go to learn more about the restaurant?
So spinpizza.com.
Okay.
We're out there. You can go on and kind of see the menu, see everything that we've got going on. We're like I said, we're building out not just Spin, but other concepts. We do have a couple of stores in the Dallas market, so we are outside of Kansas City. We have a couple in the Omaha market. So we're intruding into some different markets little by little and trying to get outside the Kansas City area.
That's awesome. If you guys want to connect with me, it's at Shawn P. Walchef, ShawnPWalchef. We appreciate Restaurant 365 for allowing us to bring you guys stories from the ground. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Jeff.
Absolutely.